This show is brought to you by NMDC Group.
Abu Dhabi's Presight AI launching a JV with Kazakhstan Sovereign Wealth Fund, and DP World raises $1.5 billion for green projects. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Farad. Abu Dhabi big data analytics firm Presight AI is launching a joint venture with Kazakhstan Sovereign Wealth Fund. The partnership is meant to accelerate the digital transformation of its sovereign wealth fund, which has $70 billion in assets. Presight says the JV will be a facilitator for AI-enabled solutions across the Eurasian market. The deployment of Presight's AI and data analytics solutions and technologies will boost operational efficiency, minimize production losses, and develop human capital across the fund's portfolio companies. DP World has raised $1.5 billion through a Sukuk offering to support its sustainability projects across its global operations. The Green Sukuk, listed on both the Nasdaq Dubai and the London Stock Exchange, was 2.3 times oversubscribed. The Sukuk was priced at a spread of 119.8 basis points above U.S. Treasuries with a 5.5% coupon rate. DP World has committed to being carbon neutral by 2040 and net zero by 2050. WTO Chief Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala said she hopes the Israel-Hamas conflict will end quickly, warning it would have a really big impact on already weak global trade flows if it widened throughout the region. Okonjo-Iweala is in Morocco for this week's annual meetings of the IMF and the World Bank. She said Middle East violence could add to factors throttling trade growth, including higher interest rates, a strained Chinese property market, and Russia's war in Ukraine. Okonjo-Iweala said global uncertainty was already limiting growth in trade, but that would be exasperated by the sudden onset of war between Israel and Hamas. Wall Street's main indices closed lower overnight, snapping a week-long rally. A forecast-topping U.S. inflation report revived fears the Fed will hike interest rates again before year-end. Markets have enjoyed a fruitful few days since last week's job report, which suggested the U.S. economy remained resilient but was not too strong to warrant more central bank tightening. However, the mood darkened overnight after data showed the consumer price index rose slightly more than expected in September. It highlighted the battle against inflation isn't over. China's exports and imports shrank at a slower pace for a second month in September, adding to the recent signs of a gradual stabilization in China after a raft of policy support measures. September exports declined 6.2% from a year ago, following a drop of 8.8% in August. The customs data should provide some encouragement to authorities, although stiff challenges remain. They include an economy facing persistent deflationary pressure, a long-running property crisis, a slowdown in global growth, and geopolitical tensions. The U.S. has extended a waiver to Taiwanese semiconductor giant TSMC to supply U.S. chipmaking equipment to its factories in China. TSMC is the world's largest contract producer of computer chips. It was among the firms that received waivers last year when Washington imposed sweeping export restrictions to prevent China from getting advanced semiconductor technology. The U.S. says the restrictions are necessary to prevent China's advances in cutting-edge computing tech, describing them as a national security threat. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
This show is brought to you by NMDC Group.